bringing us the light.
There you go.
We have lights. We have lights, and we have M&Ms. Well, good Sunday morning.
No, I don't have you turned on yet. Just wait a minute, has it on there? Did I point my finger at you?
But the on-air light's on.
Yeah, the on-air says says we're on.
It says we're on there, does it say we're ready?
These guys are never gonna come back.
And good Sunday morning. We're delighted to welcome you to Poplar Presbyterian Church on this beautiful Sunday morning that the Lord has made. We give thanks for that. It is a glorious day. So many wonderful things that are happening. And as we are journeying into a new month, the month of November, we look forward to all the opportunities and give thanks for all that happened in the month of October. A couple of things I want to make sure to bring to your attention. First and foremost, the nuts are in. Now, see, they're not in these guys. Some of you are wondering, nuts. There's nuts in here. No, these are the pecans that for our Shermer's pecans are in the basement, staying cool. I saw some bags and boxes. So if you ordered nuts, they're downstairs. Ma'am, they're not all the nuts are in?
Not as of yesterday.
The squirrels are still holding them hostage. Okay. Well, hopefully negotiations will go well and we'll get the rest of the nuts. Please make a note, the Samaritan's table, it will be on Monday the 22nd of November. As I understand, I think we still need a couple more volunteers to help with that. So if you haven't served already or would like to help out again, please reach out to Joanne, who's in the back over your left shoulder. This morning, Dottie is also available. If you've already got her contact information, you can reach her. But they're working together for that. Again, that's Monday the 22nd, and we would be humbled by your help. Next Sunday, Veterans Sunday. Did you know that Advent begins this month? The last Sunday of the month is the first Sunday of Advent, which means the Sunday before that is the Reign of Christ Sunday, the 21st. And just to let you know, as we look to that and prepare for Advent, we will be celebrating communion on the 21st, and hope you will join us on that day. Last thing I need to share with you before our intrepid M&Ms and their leader come forward is that you recall as the deacons have been doing the food drives on a quarterly basis, and you remember last year we did a food drive for CCM for Thanksgiving, because that's also in the month of November, isn't it? That food drive last year was a huge help for CCM, and so we are going to do another our Thanksgiving community food drive this year. It will be on the 17th, Tuesday, right? Thursday. What day of the week? Why are you giving me four fingers? It's a W. Oh, W. It's on a Wednesday. Thank you, Rosie. From 9 to 1. Now, please note you can bring contributions or donations for that during the course of the week. If you need to bring them after hours, you can do that and leave them in the basement, and we'll get them then. But we'll have flyers for these. Will be coming out. There'll be something on Facebook to let you know what they're looking for. But again, turkey gravy, stock, dressing. If it goes on your table at Thanksgiving, probably unless it's chicken nuggets, they could use some of that. So we hope you'll participate with that. Somebody told me something like in the last 15 minutes. Did we get it? Didn't forget anything, right? Okay. Then, without further ado, as you recall, the last couple of weeks we were bringing gobs and gobs of candy. Sabrina, did we do anything with that candy?
Yes.
Well,
Let me tell you all about it. So, we had an awesome experience last Sunday for Thanksgiving. Halloween. Got Thanksgiving on the brain.
yeah.
I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who contributed money, who contributed candy, who contributed their time, especially to these girls right here who look awesome in their M&M's costumes. That was the theme. If you'll check out your Facebook page, Pastor Clark and Marilyn posted some really, really good pictures. I think we served about 3,000 kids. It was continuous. Every time we looked, they were wrapped around the corner of downtown Kannapolis. I mean, there were no breaks. It was continuous. They had 2 lines going, which I think worked a lot better than it did in the previous years. They had 1 line. I think there was some delay with that, but the organization, the ministry took all the suggestions into place and made 2 lines, and it worked a lot smoother. Had a lot of compliments on that. This was my first year participating, and I think Clark and some other people had participated in previous years. And I just want to say thank you to everyone. And these girls did an awesome job in their costumes, and I think they had a good time. Saw a lot of cute costumes, a lot of dogs dressed up, a lot of adults dressed up. And it was just a really, really great success, and I hope to do that again next year. We're going to start a little bit earlier, trying to get candy donated. I had boxes and boxes and boxes of candy at my house. Very tempting. I stayed out of it, though, I promise. But I think we're going to start next year trying to collect a little bit earlier, and I'll put something out in the vestibule, and we'll start doing that a little bit earlier and be looking for that, a few weeks before Halloween next year. We did run out of candy. About an hour and 45 minutes. My husband Bill never thought that we would. He thought that we would be bringing boxes and boxes of candy home, but we did not. We ran out of candy about an hour and 45 minutes. But it was okay. We had a great time anyway, and hope to see lots of folks out next year to participate as well. Thank you all so much.
Wait.
Oh.
Do you have anything you'd like to offer?
Do you girls want to say anything?
Austin, you got something you want to say? You had at least one Facebook comment. Would you share that? Like it was an awesome time.
Oh, it was so much fun.
The lady that you see in the yellow jacket there is our dear sister in Christ, Rhonda Charlie Barber. This Sweet Street was her vision some years ago, and she said she was flipping through her calendar, her day calendar, or whatever you call that, daytime calendar, and she said it came across a statement that said, God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. And so Rhonda, with a heart for God, prayed, and she said, Lord, I'm just an ordinary person, but I would be open to doing extraordinary things for you. 2 years later, Sweet Street was birthed. Sabrina shared there were about 3,000 kids. Total, there were probably 9,000 people that were in downtown Kannapolis that night. We gave away somewhere between 7,000 to 8,000 pieces of candy. Just us. Rhonda says we need more churches to participate. It's an opportunity for us and for the community to brush arms with Christ. It's an extraordinary event. And that leads us to 2 extraordinary gentlemen that I would like to introduce for today's Minute for Missions. This is Fletch Roberts and Brian Stepanek. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Y'all, come on up. You will see some information in your worship bulletin about it. These gentlemen are coming as advocates and representatives of Present Age Ministries. They'll tell you a lot more about it, but in your worship bulletin you'll see one flyer about it. The Cami Biastes has been with us before to talk a little bit about it, but these are some heralds of some good news and some exciting information. So thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you, Pastor Clark.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so my name is Fletch Roberts, and I'm an awareness advocate with Present Age Ministries, and this is Brian Stepanek. He's also with Present Age. And I know that Poplar 10 has been a long-term partner with Present Age, and we greatly appreciate all your support. I did shave this morning, so I'm not sure if that is prediction. But anyway, we'll have to see what goes on.
Brian's holding the other half up. See, Brian's demonstrating one,
Yeah,
and
shave or
Fletch
no
is,
shave.
yeah, there you go.
I know many of you are familiar with Present Age, but I thought I'd give you a quick refresher about us and then kind of give you some updates about what's going on. But so at Present Age, we combat the sexual abuse, exploitation, and sex trafficking of teen girls. So we're working with girls that are under the age of 18. And we don't just want to work with girls that have been sex trafficked. We also want to work with those girls that have been sexually abused or exploited or otherwise at high risk. Because as you may know, 70 to 90% of all victims of sex trafficking were previously sexually abused as kids. And 60% of those victims never got counseling to process that trauma. So if we can reach those girls that have been sexually abused or exploited, otherwise high risk, we can help them process that trauma, make them stronger, and they'll be much less likely to become victims of sex trafficking down the road. We work in 3 key areas. The first is awareness, and that's where we're trying to help the community understand what the issue is with sex trafficking. We also do prevention, where we talk to students in schools and also other youth in small groups, and try to give them the facts about sex trafficking and prevent them from becoming victims. And then finally, we work in direct services, where we help teen girls who have been pulled out of sex trafficking and help them transition back to a life of independence. So while internationally you may see where girls are kidnapped off the streets, in the United States, and certainly in the Charlotte metro area, almost all victims are initially contacted and groomed on the internet, online, whether it be social media, whether it be chat rooms, gaming. That's where the traffickers first meet their victims and also groom them in a relationship. So internet safety is critical. If you have kids, or if you're a nurse or a teacher and you're involved with kids, always being vigilant about internet and social media safety is critical. So Present Age just completed 12 years in existence, and our founder is Hannah Arrowwood, and she's still our executive director and still going strong. We're based in Concord, but we just opened an office in Matthews in Mecklenburg County in 2021, because that's where about 60% of our confirmed victim referrals come from. And in 2022, we're very excited. We're hoping to move into the Concord Dream Center for our Concord office. So you may be familiar with that organization as well. So unfortunately, during the pandemic in 2020, our victim referrals were up 46%. And it really hasn't slowed down that much. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've had 11 new referrals, which is unfortunate. And that's well above our pre-pandemic average, which is like 4 to 5 referrals per month. So you can see how it's up quite a bit. In the last month, 2 of our client girls had babies. So that's kind of some there. And also with the pandemic, with prevention, we weren't able to reach kids in school because of virtual schooling. So we had to do a lot more of our small group intervention. That's typically 10 girls or less. It's for 8 weeks, and it includes Present Age Ministries' own Discovering Your Value, which is an interactive game where the girls learn about themselves, learn their strong points, and kind of gain self-confidence and self-awareness. So because of the virtual schooling, kids were online much more. And that's, again, if you know about sex trafficking, that's where the traffickers reach these girls, is online. So they were online a lot more, and as a consequence, traffickers had more chances to start these relationships, develop a relationship with the girls, and also with a lot of men being home with work at home, there was a lot more unsupervised time to engage in commercial sex. So kind of with all these things said, you can see our activity is up quite a bit, unfortunately. And so in 2021, we hired a new communications coordinator, Cammie, which you've met before. She focuses on awareness and also some other kind of public-facing issues that we deal with. We hired a second full-time case manager. So these case managers will work with the girls, help them schedule their counseling, help them come to the group sessions for counseling. If they need medical attention or any help with schooling, these case managers will deal with that. And then finally, because of the increase in these small group interventions, we hired a woman part-time to coordinate all of that. So one last thing, and I'll talk about volunteering. We're also receiving a lot more national recognition. In the last month, we were asked to present at the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, and we presented our new interactive sex trafficking simulation, which we hope to kind of roll out in 2022.
Wow. And
we want to start with the churches. So look for that to come sometime in 2022. So it's pretty exciting. And then in volunteering, like if you want to volunteer with President Age, what can you do? The first thing is become more aware. Take one of our training sessions, learn more about sex trafficking so you can be part of the solution. You can be a volunteer, you can train to be a speaker like I am or Brian is. You can be a mentor to one of our client girls and to kind of help her through her transition from that life back to independence. You can provide transportation to counseling sessions, to medical appointments. You can cook meals for the group sessions once a week. So all kinds of things. You can provide financial assistance. We've hired a lot more people this year, and we definitely need the financial assistance. We also need help with items. We always post our request list on Amazon wish list. So if you want to do that, that would be great. And then just as important as anything else is prayer. We are a faith-based organization, and so we need prayer every day, constantly. And I'm a huge fan of the book God Calling. I'm not sure if you all have heard about it, but there's a passage from November the 1st that really speaks to me about how we should pray. It's called Prayer of Joy. Joy is the messenger, dear Lord, that bears our prayer. Prayer can be like incense rising ever higher and higher, or it can be like a low earth mist clinging to the ground, never once soaring. The eye that sees all, the ear that hears all, knows every cry. But the prayer of real faith is the prayer of joy that sees and knows the heart of love it rises to greet, and that is so sure of a glad response. So I think if you're going to try to experience the joy of what we're doing, and there's a lot of that, I'd ask you, if you haven't already, go to our website, presentageministries.org, and hit the link called Connect to Us, and put in your email for our monthly newsletter, and then I'll give you a lot of information and give you a lot of examples of the joy that we're out there experiencing. So if you would, let's end with a prayer. Jesus, we are joyous to be gathered in your presence today and learn more about sex trafficking through present age. We are joyful that you answered Hannah's prayers last week and a trafficker pleaded guilty so one of our clients did not have to testify in court against him. We are joyous that another girl's trafficker was arrested, making her feel safer. Jesus, as your servants and friends, we claim your guidance to keep present age on your path and speak your message, to make more people aware of the sex trafficking problem, prevent more kids from becoming victims, and help teen girl victims understand they will be loved by present age. And Jesus, as we obey, honor, and worship you, let us go on your joyous path to eliminate lust so that all victims of sex trafficking will be free. Amen. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We're getting ready to move to another part, but I understand that we're going to reboot our stream. So just hang with us for a second or a few seconds.